Across the deepest, darkest jungles of India, there lies a secret network of ancient temples. In centuries past, these were the sites of horrific rituals, but today, they are merely ruins, reminders of a dark power that is best forgotten. Beneath the majesty of Pankot Palace, however, this power still burned, kept alight by the cult of Thuggee. A secret religious society centered in India, the Thuggee were united in their worship of Kali, goddess of time, change, death, and the eradicator of all evils. The Thuggee committed acts of terrorism and mass murder in her name, while offering up human sacrifices in their scattered temples. Their ultimate goal was to rule the world through the power of Kali, but their fanaticism was considered atrocious and heretical by all outsiders. The cult was believed to have originated within the Mohammedan tribes before being cast out for their violent nature. Over the centuries, they developed a reputation as assassins, preying on merchants in India, Bengal, and parts of Tibet. Any deemed unrepentant would be strangled and their valuables taken, while those recognized as pilgrims would be protected. With the arrival of the British and the development of railways across the subcontinent, the Thuggee found it far more difficult to ambush lone travelers. They adopted far more secretive measures, capturing victims outside of small towns and villages before sacrificing them to Kali. While their attacks were initially dismissed by the British as those of wild animals, the eventual disappearance of British merchants and even army patrols forced them to take notice. Between 1820 and 1850, British armies aggressively swept through the heart of India. The worship of Kali was outlawed, her temples destroyed, and captured Thuggee priests were executed. But in the reclusive and mysterious Pankot province, the Thuggee endured. Beneath its capital palace, a labyrinth of hidden caves and mining shafts had been converted into a temple of Kali, with a terrible shrine at its center. Above the mouth of a churning volcano, priests once more conducted human sacrifices and drew their plans against the world. They enslaved the children of local villages, forcing them to dig for the Sankara stones, all 5 of which were thought to contain the power of the gods themselves. They entranced local officials, including the Maharaja, and used them to keep word of their deeds a secret. It was said that the only thing the Thuggee truly feared was the wrath of some other deity. It was for this reason they had protected pilgrims, but by 1936, they had abandoned this vow and sacrificed foreign priests and men of God alike. If it was divine retribution for these acts that finally destroyed the Thuggee, it came not in the form of golden rays from heaven, but in the actions of a single man. Legendary archaeologist Indiana Jones had arrived in Pankot Palace to investigate the plight of a nearby village, and quickly uncovered the hidden temple beneath. While briefly entranced by the power of the cult, with the help of his associate Short Round, he was able to free the slaves of the temple and confront the high priests of Kali. With the timely arrival of the British Army, the Thuggee were eradicated, and the British kept a vigilant watch for their return. With the fall of the Thuggee, the Sankara stones were lost for good. They exist now only as legends, counted among a sacred few other artifacts, whose power and promise is best forgotten. The Templin Institute investigates alternate worlds and realities. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to directly support us, vote in polls to determine future topics, and receive some cool rewards, please consider pledging to our Patreon page.